Alright, red dot on the screen, Mr. Negative. That means it's welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D time. Got another new 4-star in the game. As we always do here, we're gonna take a look at the brand new character, see all their skills and abilities, and then ultimately see who's the 2, 3, 4, and 5-star characters, and ultimately get this legendary token. So it looks like we're gonna be facing off against Punisher for the one-on-one node. So this is the 5-star version, well, 4-star version of Punisher, Punisher Max. Black, green, and blue user. His black cost 10, called one-man army. What it does, deals damage to the target, then creates strike tiles. If Punisher has no allies, then this ability becomes 7, and then pretty much still does the same thing. But since this is a one-on-one fight, this is gonna be a 10 cost ability. Alright, Merciless Charge, this is his green ability. I believe this one here costs 9. It's either 9 or 10. I know it's a high cost move. So what it'll do, it deals team damage. Then it will stun his allies for 2 turns. And that is it. And now you notice, oh, and it also does additional damage depending upon the number of enemies that have been downed in the fight. So it's kind of a contradiction to say the least. And then finally, his blue ability is called Weapons Expertise. This costs 8. It will create some strike tiles on blue, and then it will strengthen any strike tiles that are up on the board by a flat percentage. I don't know if this here still actually works or not, because I know at one point in time he was kind of bugged with his blue actually not updating the percentages, at least on Steam. Affiliation, street level heroes, blah 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 stuff. Alright, Mr. Negative. Well, before we get into Mr. Negative, I gotta turn animations on. Okay, just in case he happens to have any animations at the start of the fight. And that's actually pretty cool. So you can go from Martin Lee to Mr. Negative. So his yellow ability is called Deified Organizer. And so what it'll do, if there are at least fewer than 6 or whatever the list number of strike, attack, or protect tiles on the board. Okay, so it's just 6. Then you create 3 strike tiles, or 3 tiles in the type that has the fewest on the board. Prioritize and protects, and then strikes, and then revert to Martin Lee. And then if there are at least 6 or more, destroy all strike, attack, or protect tiles, dealing damage equal to whatever the listed percentage is. Again, it'll be higher at level 5 of their total strength, and then change to Mr. Negative. And then obviously destroy tiles don't generate AP or deal damage. And if we use this power while he's Mr. Negative, then we deal 25% more damage to the power. And then passively, if we're Martin Lee, tiles he creates are strengthened by whatever the listed amount is. This year I probably would have it at 5, Deified Organizer. Analyze stats is his passive. While he's Martin Lee, he takes reduced damage from matches and abilities at the start of his turn. Oh, and at the start of his turn, gains 1 AP and one of his strongest colors. So in this case, it would be yellow. And then for Mr. Negative, he deals 50% bonus match damage and at the start of each turn, does does the Kitty Pryde shenanigans, 5-star Kitty Pryde, excuse me, by improving friendly strikes and attack tiles by 50% of his current level, which makes sense. That is strikes and attacks because Mr. Negative isn't about helping folks. He's all about hurting folks. And then if he has taken more than 25% damage since changing into Mr. Negative, he reverts to Martin Lee, and then he creates projectiles. And this can't be disabled by status effects, so you can't stun him. You can't fire off any abilities that turn it off. Nothing like that there. So no Emma Frost shenanigans there. Alright, and then Reverse Tenant is his black ability, which costs 5. Martin becomes Mr. Lee. Martin becomes Mr. Lee. Mr. Negative. Creates a fortified 4-turn black countdown tile, and while this tile exists, damage dealt to the target is dealt to a random enemy instead. And when the tile expires, the target deals 40% of their current health to all allies, and if no allies exist, then they deal 50% of this damage to themselves. Interesting. As far as his affiliations go, Villains, Dark Force, Light Force, Street Level, and Enhance. And so yeah, so his powers are with Cloak and Dagger, or are inspired by Cloak and Dagger, I should say. Alright, obviously no stuns are allowed, so this is a one-on-one fight. Alright. Ha, that's actually pretty cool. Alright. Go that way to get the match 4. Cool. Yeah, Mercer's charge was 10. That's what it was. Alright, there's the strike tiles. Nah, I'd rather not do that there. See, that's why, because I would have given him a match 5. That's not cool. I'm gonna let Frank build up some strike tiles on the board for us real quick. Or actually, I'm gonna let him build up some more strike tiles. Punish will hurt a little bit, but okay. Oh, that's gonna be funny. Oh, you can activate multiple. Oh, okay. I'm about to say you can activate multiples of them. Oh well, Punisher's gonna literally. Well, I thought he was gonna down himself, but not enough damage just yet. There he is. Yep, Punisher actually downed himself. That was hilarious. Alright. So let's see here. So somebody against Mr. Negative. Nah, I use battery burn enough as it is anyways. Let's go ahead and use Ghost since we can go invisible and whatnot. And let me look. Guess our choice but with that green. Red yellow combination with a little bit of blue. Alright, and there goes the reduced amount of max damage, but frankly we don't care now. Just kick him in the face. Alright, now it's time to see what 2, 3, 4, and 5 stars we got. Wolverine. Normal Wolverine, in fact. Green, red, yellow. Power set's pretty simple. Green costs 6. It creates strike tiles on red. And you can create additional strike tiles on red depending upon how much red AP that you have. And again, there's no upper limit as to what that may be. Alright, then his red ability costs 12. It's a direct damage move, pretty simple. And then his yellow ability is healing factor of Wolverine's below 50% health anytime you match a yellow match or yellow tile on the board. Restores his health. Affiliations for those that care: X-Men, Avengers, Mutants, Weapon X, blah blah blah. Trying to find the strongest match that we could, but eh. Oh well, gotta get my Thanos on, so yeah. As per usual, because we don't care about these notes here. The hood, yellow, blue, black user. His yellow ability costs 15. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. What it'll do, you get to choose two tiles on the board, and you destroy 3x3 section of those selected the selected tiles that you selected. Destroy them, don't generate AP, deals some damage to the opponent, and then obviously ends the turn. Yellow originally didn't do that there, but because of the way charge styles work, yeah, they had to change it. His blue ability is a passive called Intimidation. As long as there's at least 9 tiles of a particular color on the board, the hood will steal 1 AP of whatever the strongest or the most available color is on the board from the enemy's AP pool, and he can steal it from multiple AP pools as well. So if you have 9 black and 9 purple, he'll steal it from both those AP pools. And then finally, oh no, his blue is not an Intimidation. His black is called Intimidation. And what Intimidation will do for 9 black, it will lower the let's say the timer on a countdown tile, or should say multiple countdown tiles by one turn, and then deals damage to the target. Affiliations, Dark Avengers, um, blah blah blah. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, Dormammu's aid. Yep. Okay, doesn't really matter. I mean, Hood's cool. You know, so he was annoying in certain fights. Speaking of Dark Force, here's Cloak and Dagger. Um, we'll use we'll use my 370, and we'll use the 287 later. Um, they are yellow, black, and purple. Their abilities are pretty simple. Their standard ability is their purple ability, which allows Cloak and Dagger to flip-flop between one another. But we'll talk about if Dagger's out in front. If Dagger's out in front, then you have three moves called Light Knives. No, no, no. If Cloak's out in front, it's Light Knives, um, which costs 8, deals damage to the enemy team if there are no special tiles on the board. But if there are special tiles on the board, then those will get removed and deal damage to the target. Their black ability is a passive. It will, if there's at least 10 black AP on the board, it'll create a red attack tile on a basic tile. If there's fewer than 10 black tiles on the board, then it will create some out of basic tiles. And then finally, their purple ability, which costs 6, it allows Cloak and Dagger to transform, and it can get lower to 3 AP if there's enough black tiles on the board. Then if you change over, then you get a new set of abilities where Dagger's in front. So the yellow ability is a passive. It allows them to true heal. Their black ability, which costs 9, which is called Darkness Hungers, is pretty much one of those abilities that suppresses an opponent's abilities all the way down to 1. It creates a countdown tile on the board, a fortified countdown tile on the board while it's on the board. Like I said, all the targeted characters' abilities are at level 1. And then finally, the other purple, which costs 6, it will flip the power set back to where Cloak is in front. And one other thing I gotta mention about the yellow is similar to their black. If there aren't enough yellow tiles on the board, then it'll create yellow tiles. As far as affiliations go, Heroes, Dark Force, Street Level, yada yada yada. Yeah, Child of Darkness, that's what it was. Pocket Dimension's the other ability too. So there's that. So we'll activate Pocket Dimension in a minute. Or we might just do Green Jay's, Jean Grey's purple ability to get all these guys here out of the way. Probably much faster and much more efficient. Alright, so there's that. And now the 5-star node, and it's Kingpin. Cool.
So we get a chance to use Kingpin. Um, let's see here. Since we're gonna say, yeah, we're gonna use Polaris for the what's that for the challenge node, for the second challenge node. All right. So Kingpin, blue, black, and green user. I pretty much got to get his abilities off right. Forced hand, cost 7. You choose a friendly strike, attack, or projectile on the board. Give it to the opponent, and if they have less, you say drain 5 AP from our strongest color. Uh, well, drain 5 AP of our strongest color from the enemy, and then deal damage to the target, and then it's a however much AP that we drain, you subtract that from the power. So if you literally drain no AP, then you do 3872 damage. If you drain 4 AP, then multiply that by well, add that there by 4. Well, multiply it by. No, I ain't gonna be able to multiply it by 4 because that'd be 20,000. Um, it'd be, oh my gosh. Yeah, it would be multiplying that. Yeah, multiplying that there by 4, or no, subtracting it by 4. My bad. Jeez, yeah, yeah, jeez. I say Math is my strong suit. I I went to school for mathematics in college, so math is my strong suit. Right now, I'm overthinking things. All right, the harder they fall is his black ability. Destroys up to 8 AP in the opponent's largest AP pool, and it increases the power of this passive by 4% up to 80 for each tile destroyed. And then Kingpin's allies take less less match damage, and then obviously this here increases the passive percentage by a little bit more, but it's still up to 80%. And then Break Their Will is his green ability. Creates a fortified 2-turn repeater tile that deals damage, creates uh, attack tiles, and at the start of the battle, uh, if you have a hero on your team, then you add a protect tile on the board, and for a villain on the team, then you add a strike tile on the board. So if you have 3 villains, add a couple strike tiles to the board. If you have a hero and a villain, then yeah. So that's why I'm gonna roll with Polaris. Affiliations, villain, Spider-Verse, multiversal, street level. Again, that version of Kingpin is multiversal. Uh, Spoilers for the original Into the Spider-Verse. It hurts just a little bit from Mr. Negative. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Let's not do that there. Whoops. Yeah, it was a purple tile that I was trying to get rid of, but yeah. I knew it wasn't strong enough to get rid of the aim mecha, but you know, hey. Speed things up just a teeny tiny bit. And then boom pow. Alright, so there's part one, or day one done. There's a missing negative and foes. Now, day two tests the skill. And like I said, I'm using Polaris for this here, because again, take advantage of those strike tiles. And say Riri can't go airborne if, I mean, she can go airborne, but, it'll be to her detriment. Yeah, I'm already sick of seeing her animations now. I've just seen it too much. Alright, let's go this way. Oh no, Kingpin's gonna go airborne. Go airborne. Whatever will I do? Nope. Get stunned. Nope. Nope. We don't want you here. Now you're probably wondering, well, why not go ahead and take out the decoy? Riri's about done. So... Alright. Let's blow up all the tiles. Yeah. So you already see right there, Polaris with Mr. Negative. Yeah, that's gonna be kind of bonkers to say the least. All right, day two toughen up. Let's see here.
Stuck between the seats.
Really?
In the car, so I kept looking. I was driving. I ran it about
Uh-huh.
what's that place over there over Markham?
Alright, let Mr. Negative buff some tiles up a little bit. Oh no, we're gonna get stunned. Maybe. Well, somebody got stunned. No, Riri got stunned. Oh well, at least we got Mr. Negative's blackout, so. So that's a win-win, I guess. Well, we'll find out. Analyze stats. Put it on Scarlet Witch. I mean, really, technically, it doesn't really matter who we put it on. Put it on the lieutenant, or I should say the commander, or whomever. Okay, there's that. Light knives, pocket dimension, darkness hungers. Nope. So yeah, so Mr. Negative definitely looks and seems like fun, at least to me. As per usual, like I said, I use these use my 5 stars because trying to get out of these notes here quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because I'm not worried about whether or not things are fast or slow. I just want it done. It doesn't really matter which way I go. I mean, it kind of does now, because I don't want them to match green. I really don't. It'd be messed up if they did. Nah, and they got rid of it anyways. Okay. Well, I was gonna say I could have used the hood, but yeah, I didn't have enough black as it was anyways. Yeah, fiddle faddle, as Luke Cage would say. Alright, warm up, then we can use these guys here. Doesn't hurt anything. Cause I don't remember whose strongest color is gonna be what. I don't know if it's Hit Monkey, or I don't know if it's the Hulk. Doesn't really matter because Captain Marvel's down. Alright, so there's day 1 and day 2 of Welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D. in a nutshell. Mr. Negative and foes. Vault. Opportunities as always to get legendary tokens, basic tokens, the featured person for the Welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I couldn't think. The featured 4-star, the random 4-star, you know, your heroics and mighty tokens, your featured 3-star, random assortment of 3 stars, random assortment of 2 stars along with the featured. You know, hey, no sense in saving these tokens here because it's one go. Maybe we might get lucky and get Mr. Negative, probably not, but you know, hey, it's always worth the pull. So that's gonna end at least day 1 and 2. We should be back with day 3 on Tuesday. Just making sure I don't have any other tokens to pull from. Okay, cool. So I got my Mr. Negative cover along with some high evolutionary stuff and some other good stuff there. So again, like I said, thank you all for watching. We'll do day 2, day 3. I mean, day 2 and day 3. We just got finished with day 2. We'll do day 3 hopefully on Tuesday, assuming, you know, things change. Be excellent to your fellow human beings. I'm gonna catch y'all, like I said, hopefully tomorrow. Peace.